pattern is great. So I'm setting everything up. I'll fix that out later. Should be good. Let's set that up. You should be good soon. Alright, for those of you just getting here, that's everybody, I guess. Okay, I'm working on this game called Blades and Beasts, and like, it's a fighting game. You know, you got like frames and all that stuff, so I'm trying to draw like, what, 70 frames, it depends on the character. And, I'm working on Gretel Gretel's a character who's like a mage. Well, every character in the game does magic really, but she's a witch, so to speak. She's possessed by Freya, this goddess, and her power allows her to use lots of incredible set play. Basically, she can throw lightning and ice and fire at you. More importantly, she can also zone fairly well. So the thing is that she can strike from many ranges. I'm not really good at doing this live, sorry. In fact, I might just mute the mic for most of this until I get a question or something. But regardless, yeah, I'm going to just start drawing. The thing is I have to know how her frames are going to look, that kind of stuff. So I got some references, which I already have most of that prepared. So I'm really just showing you guys the process as I work on this. But you'll see in a second. Just got to check one thing, which shouldn't take too long, hopefully. But let me make sure my stuff is all set up correctly. Yeah, everything's good so far. So, okay, the character fights with a staff rather than like a sword or an axe or anything like that. So, I was working on that today. I was like, oh, how can I make this character like she's using an axe to fight? Of course, I also had to make it like she's not really a great fighter, she's like an amateur. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to try to capture that within her stance, or her movements rather. So I was thinking about that a lot earlier as well. So I'm still working on formulating her basic stance. Her everything's going on crazy. So one moment, I'm checking my folder for something. There it is. Okay, yeah, that's be alright. Okay, so this should be good. Let's see if that works. Okay, so the character, this is just the base I have here. This is Gretel. I mean, no, that's just Winifred's base. Gretel was a little shorter than her. Like, I have the heights actually written down somewhere, don't I? I think I did somewhere in one of my documents. I said character heights, and then a LibreOffice file. What was it? Yeah. Winifred is about 5 feet 7 inches, 170 cm. Gretel was like 55 cm. She's the second shortest character in the game, I believe. Third. No, Suzette's a little shorter by like half a centimeter. Yeah, we're doing the cm now. But anyway, let me actually start. Okay, so the basic idea of the character is just like she's around like, she should be around there. Actually, is that right? Yeah, let's put her around there. Let's be around there. So, I'm just sketching out something random. It's not really going to be in the final thing. So you start off with a little circle for her head. Let's see. Actually, I should be doing the line of action first, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do the line of action first. What am I talking about? This is ridiculous. It's not that bad. But, well, I'm checking something at the same time. Something about the stance. I want to be sort of leaning over. Do I want to lean over? Yeah, kind of like hunched, like, if you know Zahn from Dark Awake. A little like that. So it'd be like that. Yeah, I'm not really a great artist, as I'm sure most of you know by now. Now, a mistake I made with Gwen and Winifred, well, no, mistake I made with Gwen was that I made her left-handed by accident. I made her primary hand on the left hand on top, which I didn't really want, but I just went along with it. Well, it's too late to change now since we don't ring it. But I'm making sure that I depict Gretel as right-handed. You know, I gotta have at least one right-handed character in the demo, right? Yeah, let's go with that. So anyway, what else can I say about that? Her hands. I should probably draw her a little more leaned over. I'm going to iterate on this, of course. It's like that hand is there. Hand's a little further back. And actually, that should be like that, yeah. Here's her staff like that. The staff doesn't actually look bad around the top, though. It's more like one of those ancient European staffs, not like just the regular generic magic staff. Now, that being said, when I say that, that's pretty similar to that, actually. It's more like you just choke it at the top. I mean, you make it a little fatter at the top. But yeah, actually, her, let me draw the hip. Oh, this character has wide hips. That's most of my characters, I suppose, but you know what I mean. She sort of is kneeling over. Is she bucking her knees? That's too much like Yoriko, isn't it? Yoriko? Yeah, Yoriko from Arcana Heart. We all know her, right? Like, you know, the open stance, that's like what Zahn has. Or another character I could compare her to, like, not really Rhiannon, because Rhiannon just stands up straight, basically. That's not a good example. Sure, we can have her the knee sort of in like that. And that knee is in as well. Like I said, she's like a novice fighter, so her stance wouldn't be like expert level. Little stance, you know what I mean. So sort of like that. What else can I say? Okay, and of course the tail and things like that. She's a squirrel, so she's a rather large tail. Like, how can I put this? Like, I wouldn't say it's gigantic, but I'm sure you've seen that before. Like Makoto and the Naya. I'm not going to draw the whole thing every time, though. Like I said, this is just the rough sketch, so. Was that too big? That might be too big, actually. But I'll just wing it for now. Let's keep it that way. And then I just really like there to be the thing was her hat up there. She wears a witch hat, of course, because she is a witch. You know what I mean. And her staff, I guess, is relatively big as well. Like, it's like, it's not like Zahn gigantic. That's my frame of reference. It's more like, actually, maybe it is. No, Zahn's is way bigger because he's so short. But hers, like, up to her head. And it goes down to, like, near where her feet are, basically. So, that's the basic stance I'm working on for her here. And wait, my eraser? Oh yeah, I forgot I'm not using vector here. I'm going to use the hard eraser just to get rid of that. Yeah, usually I use like vectors, but because it's just sketching, I don't really need that for this. I might have some little bits here and there, but I can clean it up later. Okay, oops, messed up there. Alright. So that's basically how she would be looking, I suppose. Actually, let's check. I need to make that a little lighter and add another layer. You know, I want her head to be a little further that way. But that's more like a hunchback. Let me I usually just play the hands that much. Oh yeah, I do. My hands will just be a little smaller though. Yeah, it's hidden sort of. Yeah, for one of these turns, I got bring in one of my friends later. I have some guys that are working on this with me. But do I? No, I don't. But so I got to fill the dead air. Yeah, we got bring in the JavaScript guy. Wait, does Corpy use Java? I don't remember what it does now. I don't really need that. I might actually shorten it just a little bit. Actually, yeah. Let's expand the eraser. damage. So we get this done faster. Is that better? Yeah, I'm still making low strokes for that, but yeah, for now. Not that like it's broken though. Not doing the first layer. I think a little bit on the first layer. Not really. Because I'm making her knees look inward. I'm trying to do that, but I'm a bit too far with it. Let's try that again. So do the 3/4 thing here. Actually, you know what? Do it like that. Like this, maybe an angle thing. I don't need to draw the spikes every time I'm yeah, that's honestly, just for the sketch, that's good enough. So just draw the hat. Very, very, very simple version of the facsimile of the hat. Okay, let's compare those two and see if that looks any better or not. I actually can't tell. Oops, missed it. Didn't mean to move my, oops. Oh man, I'm mixing everything up now. Great. Oh no, not like that. Oh. Okay, I think I'm messing up really badly here. Yeah, actually, what in the world is this? Ironically, what am I doing? That is not bad. A little bit like that, not really. Let's fix that first. Okay, boy, I'm messing everything up. Where'd my layers go? I need to go back to default view, I think. Oh, yeah, let's fix that. Okay, yeah, that's better. Let me actually add the timeline back now. So my timeline for my animation, what am I doing here? Timeline. Oh, I forgot to do everything. Oh, there it is, yeah. I don't really need that yet, but you know, I'm going to get to that eventually. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, so actually let's move this just a little bit upwards. Yeah, okay, good enough. But yeah, let me actually compare these two. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I got complete sidetrack there. Okay, standing up a little higher versus crouching down a little bit more. I think I like that one a little bit more. I like the hat more on this one though. Just redo the hat there, I suppose, because it needs to be at more of an angle. Like that, yeah. Let's compare it to the Winifred. Yeah. Let's do Winifred. Yeah, good enough. Alright, we're going with that. That's going to be our default for this. But now we need to do the actual finalized version. Finalized? Let's call it finalized here. Even though this is nowhere near final, but, you know, for appearances, so to speak. Now, normally what I would do is I'd be on paper, and I would just go over it once or twice, and do it with a ballpoint pen. So I don't want to use liners for this, but yeah, I'll just go ahead and make the actual final lines now. Okay, we're starting. All right. Actually, I'll crank up the stabilizer just a little bit for that. Like, I don't need that much stabilization for this, of all things. Yeah. See, when it comes to digital, I get addicted to the whole perfection aspect. I'm like, oh, I can make mistakes now, but yeah, like that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I usually just do it on digital, paper, because even though I make more mistakes on paper, I'm more accepting of them because I have to accept them. This is still probably faster than doing it on paper because of the scanning and all that. But I'm just gonna. Like I said, a guy I know suggested I do it this way, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it this way. This is Hungry Dance. Yeah, this is Hungry Dance. If you wonder about this music I'm playing, this is from Banana Ice. If you've seen Transformers Beast Wars, the Japanese dub, or like, what was it, Donkey Kong? Yeah, he did the music for that, which, funny enough, he's actually not called Banana Ice. I think he only did that for that show, but yeah, that. Maybe that's the cleaned up version. Oh, I forgot the neck. Oops. There's a problem I have to clean up all the time. Okay. So that's a little rougher with the sketch version. This is the, yeah, that's how I should look. A little bit cluttered. Yeah, I could probably, actually, yeah, just for the sake of being a little bit more clear, I'm going to shrink that down just a little bit and make it a little bit shorter. Let's zoom in some, make this more accurate. Yeah, like that. That's better. Good enough for this. Maybe her things turned a little too much. No, that's fine for what I'm trying to do here right now. Yeah, it looks a little awkward, but yeah, that's good enough for now. Okay, so let's move those other things to a folder for now. Put those way down there. Way down there. Okay, so from there we can start actually doing the animation. Well, we don't need that many frames for this. Like this is just her idle stance. So what I do is make an animation folder. This folder is how I make things move, so to speak. What did it say again? Completely forgot. Yeah, I forgot doing the animation folder. So many times. Not that many times, but oh right, yeah, it's just right there. Animation folder. Sorry, doing this live is messing me up. My brain is shutting down in real time. Okay. So we got to run an onion skin for this as well, actually, I think. But actually, yeah, wait, let me move this to that folder first. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, let me copy that. Put that here, but also hide it for later. And right here on frame 1, I will add that picture of Gretel. Then I make a new animation cell here. And that cell will be where I make the next part of the idol. Now, some people do pose, some people do, I forgot the other kind. Basically, what I do is I draw the first frame to the last frame, then I just do the in-betweens after that. Which, like I said, I'm not an expert, as you can definitely tell from looking at this, but yeah, that's how I get that done. Okay, so now that I have that, okay, so he like, bucks in sort of, or leans down, I should say, rather. So the way I'll do that is, how actually do I do that? Let's make another flare right there. And I can do it that way here. Not like that. Actually, no. I think it's better just just do it right after, like a little further down. Like he's bending inwards. So like your baseline for where you want it to be is oh, that came right there. Should that be above that? That doesn't work now. Actually, wait, yeah. I think I just remove it from the layer for now. Did I do that? Well, actually, I got a better idea. Yeah, like that. I'll put that just a little bit further down. It's still got that time somehow. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah. Okay. Put that down there. Alright, actually. They don't bounce around too much, so just like basically do a circle there. There, I use this process of the whole thing. Let's do the extremes first. Actually, that work? Make sure legs are basically broken. So I'm going to have to rework on some of these things later. Actually, let's see how that looks without that. Your face is missing, that's actually pretty weird. I can't tell if that looks horrible or just slightly bad in my head. Actually, it's pretty bad. But you know what? I'm just gonna wing it and go for it. Like I said, it's like I'm doing it on paper. Everything makes perfect sense to me, but I'm trying to do this digitally now. It's so weird. But because I don't have to scan it afterwards, that means it won't be as bad, probably. Probably so it'll save time. But I'm going to look at my collaborators so they know what I'm doing. Well, I know what that's even supposed to be. Gee, Davey, I sure don't know. Davey. Oh, yeah, I remember Davey and Goliath. That's probably before most of you guys are even born. Actually, you know, it's funny I say that. I can show my mom she has never heard of that show. But yeah, Gretel. So like, the whole thing with this character is that she has like super good set play, but she's presented as overweight, so she's a slow movement, and on top of that, low health. So if she gets hit even like once, not once, but if she gets hit by like just 2 combos, that can be enough to kill her in situations. They don't have to beat her anyway. Like, I imagine it's like a really bad match. Gwendolyn would be a bad matchup for her because Gwen has the whole high damage reset thing going on, along with having, incredibly strong just throws and stuff in general, the anti-air, or anti-projectile moves. Yeah, that's the example I'm talking about. Let's delete that one. Actually, let's maybe spell some. Must be there. In frame 1. You have that. I think I made her turn a little more. But that there, maybe the in between. Most characters have 3 of these actually. Let me check the Winifred again. I think Winifred has 3. Oh, I don't have it on here actually. Yeah, I have it on 2DFM. I'll check later. But I don't really need 3 frames for now. So always make an in between here. Those are just extra frames if I need. Layer 4. Is there anything on layer 4 actually? No, let's just add layer 4 and get to it. Yeah, and it's a little too light though, isn't it? Okay, that's better. So let's just add that in between. So it's vaguely around there. That's what this is, add the line for the hat. Yeah, let's do that. This is going to be very awkward, but you know what? I usually use a light box, that's what I usually do here, but try something different. Maybe faster this way, so I keep telling myself to get me through this rough transitional period. It's like when anime was switching to anime was switching over to digital, and they did all the very awkward coloring on computers. We all remember that period, right? Like 1999 to like 2004. That wasn't a bad time for anime, I would say. It's just they were trying really hard to get at a new technique or something. Okay, like that. Yeah, this is definitely going to be off model. I'm not using a model sheet, but you know what I mean. But it probably should be a project like this. Because I have model sheets for like eventual collaborators, because people want to have work on this with me. But for now, it's just me writing this to myself. Which is another funny thing, I'm writing this in like 2 different languages. I have to translate a bunch of my notes into Japanese, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm probably going to hire a Japanese guy, because those guys are really good at using sprites, or something. I mean, there's great sprites, they're small around the world, obviously. But, some charge more than others, is the other whole thing. But money is the big issue. I remember I saw this guy one time, he was like from Taiwan, he had like this amazingly good sprites, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is really good. Not sure why I couldn't believe it. I mean, hey, that's where they made Martial Masters. And, this other game that they made in Taiwan that I like. Who's some other Taiwanese fighting game? I don't know off the top of my head, but I could have sworn there was. Alright, let's see how that looks together. Yeah, that looks, oh boy, that's shifting way too hard. I mean, yeah, it's just the sketch, but like, wow, the head is way too big there. Yeah, let's not use that one. Or at least, oh boy. I mean, I'm just going to repeat it, and it's just the in-between, and you see the in-between for like 1/3 of a second, but yeah, I'm going to work on that. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous, even for me. Like, yeah, I know I'm not a great artist, but like, yeah. So that was a Korean game too, Verdict Guilty. I've never played it, but I saw that and I was, oh yeah, those are pretty good sprites as well. Okay, I'm just getting back on. Okay, I don't know if, is that better? That's probably not better. Slightly better. You know what? Yeah. I'll just keep that as is. Sure, no harm done. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's her idol. So I'm gonna save that actually. Yeah, let's save. So I have the way I do it is I have folders for everything, but anyway, let's just save that as that. Okay, okay, great. So I have like a whole folder for other stuff too, but I didn't do that here. So let's move that down there for now. And make a new folder for the next set. Usually I can solve these problems relatively easy on my own, but when I'm trying to do it live, that's a whole different can of worms. Can of worms, I used that phrase earlier. Probably. I'm just gonna keep it up just to check the frames for now. New animation cell. Next we're gonna do the walking frames, which of course based on these ones. They look more like it's shifting for now, but now that I have that, yeah, let's get to the frames. Well, actually, I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna make the walk look. Like, I can't compare it to some other character. Like, I said Yoriko earlier, but her staff isn't nearly as heavy as the whole Mikey devil thing, so she's not gonna be like shuffling like that or having the devil walking her forward. Like, she is possessed, but it's like Freya. It's like a whole different thing, not like a demon. That's just like a Norse goddess. So it's probably just a regular walk then. Like, let me see, awkward walk. How would that actually look? I'm miming this out in my head, but I'm not really sure. Another character I was thinking about was like Mara from Dark Awake. Yeah, it would probably look like that one, wouldn't it? I don't know. Like I said, the character's like always this amateur fighter. She's not like a great like warrior or anything, so she probably would have like a somewhat awkward look to her, I think. Oh, but of course, kind of quiet. I can turn it down 1 second. Yeah, my fan is my my PC is yeah. 1 second. I can just fix that. I'll turn it down slightly. If I can adjust my mic as well. Oh, whoops, that's my water bottle. Uh-oh. Yeah, making noises now. Alright, let's turn it up some. Where's my mic thing? Okay, there. That should hopefully be better now. Is that better or not? I'm also talking quietly because I assumed no one was listening, but I don't know. Hopefully that's better. Oh, hey, Psycho Josh. You say you're modeling Sachi. Oh, that's cool. But, yeah, I'm working on the idols for, or the different frames for Gretel now. Okay, better. Alright, that's good. Okay, so let's see, walking. How would walking actually look for this character? Would this be her legs shifting? No, I wouldn't feel this guy's gonna be more than that. I'm thinking that she's not gonna move the staff, it's just gonna be her holding onto it and shifting the legs slightly. Yeah, it'd be like, okay, let's do the pose to pose thing. So like, I think her legs would be a little further apart, something like that. So, so basically that stance, but a little further ahead there than that. And maybe further down, yeah, like that, yeah. Actually, let me turn this down, it's probably confusing. Yeah, she's supposed to be scared. The whole thing is she's like a novice fighter. She's not great at fighting. That's why I have her legs sort of turned inwards. But I'm also not really good at showing that, so I'm redrawing a lot of these parts. Maybe sort of like that. I mean, that was kind of broken though. I'll figure it out in a second. The other body be about the same. Oh, they wouldn't jostle. That's true. That makes sense. I was thinking about that. I was like, I'm gonna make it look right, but like, and I think that would actually look well. I'm gonna make it look. I think like, oh yeah, the staff would be this position. Oh, like that. And that would be lower. That would also be lower. Like that. Okay, yeah, the feet. Okay, let me work on the feet though, for real. Because yeah, that does look weird how I did that. Or looks sort of broken, like I put it out of place. More like that, I think. Her legs are shaking. Yeah, that's right. Actually, can't tell if that's right. Wait. Oh, I forgot right. I always keep forgetting neck. Making the back too far back. More like that. Okay, yeah, more like that. Alright, let's actually fix that one up. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's actually not so bad. Oh wait, yeah, that's actually a problem there too. Okay. Oh yeah, no, there's an easy way to do that. Just hold it like that. Put that frame there. go over the clean version. Yeah, like that. Then just import that into the folder. Something like that. Yeah, that's fine enough for this. If you're gonna put that in the folder, I just put that. Whoops, wait, not that one. Oh wait, yeah, I need to fix that part too. Actually, whoops. Just put that there, or actually facing more that way. I mean, that really matters much for this, but yeah. Yeah, like that. Yeah, more like that. That's just the same frame. Okay, yeah, I can just delete that one then. So I don't need that. This is the sketch frames or the something like that. How many frames? That's a good question, actually. I have no idea until I get tired. But in all seriousness, probably like I'm going to do the walk, the idle, and well, I already did the idle. But I actually have a whole pipeline for this. Let's check and see what else I have even prepared for the night. Her step dash. I'm going to do her crouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm probably going to do like. Yeah, probably about 10 frames. I might do more, but I have 10 frames planned out so far. Something like that. But that could change depending on what happens, because some parts are confusing me more than they should. Like, for some reason, the leg on the walk was messing me up, and Psycho Josh had to tell me how to do it right, because I was like, he was like, oh, you just do it that way. I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? But it's like some things are easier to do when you're not doing it live, because you're not really trying to like talk at the same time. At least for me, I don't know, that must be a me problem, but yeah, that. I'll figure it out. Okay, so we put in the frame 2. Or, wait, actually, that's not what I do. Just make another frame over here. And then I'll base that on that. Actually, yeah, it would be slightly down. Yeah, slightly down, yeah. Not like by much. Just more like a boiled line, like you would see in Ed, Edd n Eddy or something. Yeah, something like that. I'm falling a little too hard there, actually. Yeah, like that. Be moving slightly downward there. Like that. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, it's Control Z is right on my thing. It's just a bad habit. I'm like, oh, slight mistake. Yeah, time to Control Z that. But that's another reason I think I do it faster on papers, because I don't do that. But I don't know, bad habit. But yeah, because that's true actually. That's a good point. Because like I've seen some other developers do that where they're like fine with it, but that's probably because again they've been doing that for longer. Actually, I made her foot a little too big there. Change the angle. Change the angle slightly. A little further over that way, I think. It still looks sort of weird. I feel like I'm forgetting half her head in some of these frames. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Hey, you voiced Winifred. Do you want to be in the video? You voiced Winifred the Spell Sword. Do you want to be in the video?
No.
Oh. Because, yeah, the mic is on, so I was like, oh, yeah, I could say, oh, we got a special guest appearance, but... I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's how it should be. Close enough. Alright, so frame 2, put that there. Slightly put that down. Can I do that? Oh yeah, I can do that. Alright, let's just put that there. Again. That goes there. Alright. Okay, so I do the most extreme frames first. Then after that, I just go into the. My hand's a little awkward there, but then after I do the extreme frames, I just do like the in between. Like I said, most of these are only 3. Some characters I try to do more with, but it depends. Or I'll just like repeat something. Well, that's how I did with Gwendolyn. Her frames, she has a lot of repeated frames. Like when I started realizing that I'm gonna have to like actually be paying people to do these, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't just have like a bunch of unique animations on everything. So, like, not Bay Theater, but no, yeah, Bay Theater too. Bay Theater just reuses like 3 of her normal moves. Just things like that. Because he has that little bit of that. Keep forgetting the neck. Whenever, for some reason, that always just escapes me. But my breast is a little awkward looking there. But that's just fluff for now. And that leg still looks broken. I might just have to deal with some of these extra lines for now. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to look awkward, but not like broken awkward. So that's yeah. Put that there. So is that accurate? Actually, yeah, that's good enough. She's also pretty slow, so I guess that fits her. But I need like one in between frame to explain how she got there. Okay, sure. So another one up there. And then a little. Actually, that's pretty good right there as is. And I'll just put this. But actually, let me turn on onion skin and see how that looks. Because some of these, again, like they're just boiled lines. Like, what's that show? The Therapist cartoon, I can't remember the name of now. Dr. Katz, yeah, Dr. Katz. Yeah, I think some of my stuff just looks like that, where it's just like, they're not even really moving, it's just shaking around. But I mean, that's not a problem for just this part, I guess. But like, when it comes to like, what do you call it? Drawing on paper, I mean, inking, whatever, on digital is fine, but like, the drawing is just so weird for me still. Which is weird because I spent the first year of drawing just working on a tablet, but for some reason that didn't work out that well for me. When I started doing everything on paper, everything just like, oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense, but I don't know. I think people say for starting paper is better, but that also might just be people who started like 30 years ago saying that, so I don't know if that's true still. That's probably true, though. I feel like with, and this is subjective, of course, but with paper, there's a lot less things that can be right or wrong. They just are that way. But like with digital, a lot of things are just like, oh, this might just be my settings are messed up, or oh, I put this thing in the wrong place, something like that. Oh, that's just that might just be me though. I used to have a bunch of problems with settings. Like I don't know, maybe I'm pretty sure like younger people probably would have started with digital, would they? I don't know. I don't know if that's actually true. I mean, they still use paper at school or something probably, so I have no idea. But like, just for me, it felt like everything like made way more sense when I started doing it on paper. But like digital was just so confusing to me at first, and it's a little better now. I mean, obviously I'm doing it now, but yeah, that was a bit of a thing for me. Like that. But again, that's like really subjective, so like I could be wrong on that. But I don't know. Like I remember a lot of the drawing stuff I learned from Vidya specifically, and he told me to use digital because that's what he did. He had a bunch of really interesting suggestions that I just went along with. Another thing he said was that, how do you say it? He told me to use construction more because I was not using construction much when I was starting out. And that helped me out a lot, but I struggle with that for some reason at first as well. Like, some of the stuff just takes forever to click for my brain. He can animate too, if I recall correctly, but I think he does way more animation, like digital animation, which, I mean, nothing wrong with it, obviously, but just saying, like, I didn't know how to apply those techniques, or I know basically nothing about 3D. Like, that's not right. I think he actually released a game even, but I don't remember what it was called or anything about it. He showed me too. I was like, oh, that's really cool. That was like 5 years ago now. I don't know. I'll ask him one day. And then another thing he did that was weird was like, he showed me some other thing I didn't know about. Like, he was showing some reference library he was using and how he took advantage of that. Something like that. Yeah, that foot still looks broken, but I'm just going to have to let it rot for now. So it's like, let me try the onion skinning off. Yeah, that's how I keep track of the frames easier, but... Okay, turn it up. Okay, frame 1, frame 2, well actually, oh no, definitely forgot something there. That still looks weird. Okay, so it's like 1, 2, 3. She has like one hunch leg. Okay, now I see what it is. Like that one leg is moving. Something like that. I don't know. I'll just like I can make corrections later if I have to. This is just me getting the initial stuff done. It probably looks better in motion, but just put that this way for now. All right, so let's save that as walk. And then, what do they have next? Some other thing. Oh yeah, I'm going to do crouch. Crouch is just one frame, so it won't be as bad. Because I just always do crouching because you can just do that as one frame usually. Yeah, it depends, but I've noticed like a bunch of games do that though, where to wait, wait, actually my thing's burning. I gotta turn my fan up 1 second. This happens sometimes. I put the fan too low, and the thing just goes nuts. But I can just... Actually, that's gonna be way too loud. 1 moment. I can fix this. Wait. Just gotta turn my other thing up. Wait. Is that the one up? Yeah. No, it's not. No, that's my desktop. It's just that where I live, it's very hot during the summer, so I had to turn the fans up very high. It was so bad today that I had to remove the side of the computer just so I could have air ventilate better. But I can fix that. I just need to do one thing. Like 30. And I've had a desktop for like 10 years now. 10 years? I actually don't know what I've had this for. It's been a while. Yeah, no, it lasts the whole summer, unfortunately, but the summer is almost over, so it's not so bad. Yeah, it depends. Something like that. But so, yeah, this desktop is actually a funny story. I remember I used to use a, what do you call it, for so long? For the longest time, I had like a laptop that was not very good. But after I sold some of my old games on Amazon over the course of like half a year, I just got enough money to make a computer piecemeal that way. Where's that? But yeah, so that's just how I dealt with that. What are the frames I'm trying to look for? The miscellaneous frames? Yeah, there's ways to do that. Okay, yeah, let me fix that. Yeah, I'm having to reference my own work here because I'm trying to find a certain frame I did with Gwen, her crouch. Copy these 3 frames. I guess, yeah, going from crouching to standing is 3 frames, actually. What I do is just put those there. And that will work weird just because, again, these are the scanned ones. So first I hold, hide, that one. Yeah, hide that one. Actually, I'll probably go smaller so we can still look. But yeah, I use art books pretty often. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for like a lot of the stuff I do, I'll look through. Like I remember when I was working on Powerful Machine Chariot, the scrolling shooter I had the idea for. I used a bunch of the Gundam reference books, that kind of stuff, for Transformers, whichever one, because they had like a bunch of good stuff in them for how that works. And for fighting games, I'll just look at, well, they have like Street Fighter art books, but a lot of times I'll just look directly at frames from other games. I'll say, oh yeah, this game has a good example of this kind of frame, or this kind of frame. I don't have an example. I think I have an example, actually. I do? I think I do, yeah. I gotta find these. I'm gonna import a frame to show what I mean. Because I have one of those actually on here still. Like, I'm not gonna just copy it directly, but I'll show you what I mean. One time I said I had the frames for what was that game? Where is it? I'm looking, but let's see it. Concepts, characters. Yeah. On that one. Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah. Like I remember when I was doing what was that character? Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, I found it. Okay. When I was making Gwendolyn, I wanted to have like a reference for how her launching kick would look, her 6D. So I said, oh yeah, that's how the Garnet's kick looks in Rumblefish. So I used that as the base, and that's how I got, what was that move I used actually? 60. I cannot find it. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, right there. So I did that, and that's how I got this, which it's going to be really hard to actually show. Let me change it. Yeah, like that. So I changed like how the arms were, obviously, because she's holding an axe. Another girl doesn't have any weapon. But yeah, so that's how I would use that to get the basic idea. And of course I changed that because I want to just directly copy a frame. And ideally it's going to look completely different when it actually does come out. But I don't want to just copy other people's frames. But you know, that's how an amateur gets it done. That's what I've heard. Or I mean, that's what I'm actually doing. Stuff like that.
But anyway, yeah, the crouching frames. Wait, no, Jared, no, we're not doing balancing because the more frames you have, the more time it costs. So if I go up to some guy and be like, here's 80,000 yen, make my character, he'll be like, okay, and then he can't even do half the attacks. And he's like, I gave you what you paid for, and that was enough to pay for like of half the character because you want 1,000,000 frames per walk cycle. And I was like, oh, okay, dude. So that's why I'm trying to do like the cost-effective thing, or something like that. Or cause I remember what was that game? I mean, with Third Strike isn't just frames. Everybody knows about that one, obviously. But like, what was that game that had a bunch of frames? Besides Skullgirls, because that's a lot, but we know about that one. The Beast Fury, yeah, it had a bunch of frames. So like, they had like a pro animator on it, but like, you know, when you do so much work at any given time, it just becomes a huge problem. Because that's the thing I noticed when I was working on. Actually, let me start going again. That's the thing I noticed when I was looking at stuff like what's that game? When I was looking at the work on. What was I gonna say? I forgot just that fast. But oh yeah, when I was looking at frames from like Nitro plus Aquapazza, I noticed that both the characters only have like 300 frames, or like in Akatsuki they only have like 200 frames. So I was like, okay, that's a good baseline to just work around because I don't want to have to have too many frames, especially for just the beta anyway. I mean, I'm only doing like 3 frames per whatever to begin with, but yeah. But oh yeah, let me actually draw off the crouch frame. Let me delete that. I don't need that here. Let me end that. But yeah, let me actually draw her crouch frames just based off of that. So it would be like. You'd probably be shorter. Actually, yeah, until you're ready to work on the gold version. Yeah, that's a good example. A recipe of doing it. I'm trying to think, how would her crouch look? I'm trying to formulate this in my head at the same time. Like I said, like, usually I use a lot more references or stuff, but because I'm trying to make this character look somewhat like an amateur, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need to have that many references for this, relatively speaking. But okay, I think I have an idea of what it would look like. It's kind of like, what's her name? In Persona 4, they have Chie, and a bunch of her frames look really amateurish on purpose because they're saying she doesn't actually know Kung Fu. And that was like the visual storytelling, as they call it. Why did I say it that way? You know what I mean. Something like that. It's like, yeah, she saw it in a movie, but there's no guarantee that it would actually work in a real fight. Okay, so we want to have it is that she's kneeling down on her knees. Oh yeah, because the thing is that in some of her techniques uses her tail to hit. So I figured, oh yeah, I'll have her a little lower to the ground and with her back to the opponent so that she may use her tail to attack. And then like her knees down there. Actually, yeah. Like that. But yeah, and whenever I switch up their position like that, I get left and right hand confused. Actually, yeah, that's pretty similar to Rhiannon's stance. Because yeah, she has some stuff that I'd say is similar to Rhiannon. But the thing about that character is that she's like way slower than Gretel. I mean, I say that now, and for all I know, I'll make Gretel slow too. But I don't really feel like that character's floaty movement. Some people make it work. I mean, like Goichi won SBO using that character, or the first SBO for Aquapazza. But I don't have that kind of patience. But that's just me. Wait, what was that? Is that it? What's I going to chance? Hey, what's this song? Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. No, the last song was Hotel de Chi. Okay. It's in her tail. How would I make her tail again? Okay, yeah, like that. Actually, that is just reading in a sense. But okay, yeah, that's good enough for me here. Okay, so I'll make the idle based on that. Some of these need to be moved over a little bit, I think. Okay, no, that's good. So I'll lower the opacity a bit, just so I can get rid of the line of action. Draw that in there. That. Wait, that's again a bit. Oh boy. Like I don't know. It's like another thing about digital, at least for me, is like the disconnect between actually pressing the thing and your hand. Like with pen or pencil, you always know where it's gonna be, but with computer things, you have to like always calibrate to make sure it's right. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna calibrate again because I think I'm slightly off from where I was before. That's again just personal problems. I can't really. Like I'm not really blaming the technology. It's just really just my lack of skill with technology. Something like that. Like I said, I know plenty of artists that do it fine with computers, or a bunch of them just transition to completely doing everything digitally. Like I think Tight Kubo does everything on the computer now. I remember he took a while because he did a lot of things traditionally, but yeah, like Burn the Witch I think is all digital. They use the iPad Pro or something like that. Something I read about him doing that. And Masashi Kishimoto has been like all digital since like 2007, 2006. So Naruto's been fully digital for a long time. I know One Piece still uses paper for a lot of stuff, but I don't know exactly how much Oda does on the computer. Oh yeah, I use a drawing tablet. No, drawing with a mouse is at least for me a lot harder. Like I know some people do like all their sprites with a mouse, and I think that's probably not as hard because there's less pixel squares to work with or something, but that probably depends too. But like, yeah, I use a tablet with a screen, because some people use like a screenless tablet, which is also good. I used to use those, but not anymore. Like I know Vidya uses a screenless tablet, I know that, and like I used to watch Naoki Saito. Yeah, he uses a screenless tablet. Probably more people. That used to be like the more common kind, obviously, but nowadays, yeah, a lot of people use the screen tablets. Alright, I got that frame in there. Okay, so that's the one idle frame. But then I need to do her transition from crouch to standing frames. I gotta imagine how that's gonna look. We need 2 frames to just communicate that she switched or went down. I mean, yeah, that's possible. Well, obviously it's possible, but making it actually look good is a whole different thing. I'll figure that out. And like with anime specifically, a lot of that is still drawn on paper, but like they color digitally. And the reason for that is because a lot of the guys who work on it have been doing it for 20, 30 years on paper. So they figure, oh, why switch now? And it would take too much time or money to switch when they're in the middle of a season or something. Now there are some fully digital studios. Not I can think off the top of my head right now, but I know Toei has at least a few people who do things like primarily digitally. But I think like Trigger, just because they're like a bunch of guys who did work for Gainax in the 80s, they do a lot of stuff with paper still. I think they do. I don't know. I remember I saw like a live stream once where they were doing some like Little Witch Academia thing, and like that guy was doing it digitally. I know like a lot of the newer animators do everything digitally as well. I mean, that goes without saying, but And what's the other guy I know? Some other guy I know does everything digital. Some artist I follow. What's that guy's name? The guy who... Oh, yeah. Kazushi Hagiwara, the bastard guy. He does a lot of things digitally now. I mean, of course, it's just a lot of it's just technology, whatever. Technology marches on or something, but... that. Because, I mean, of course, the original Bastard parts were all digital. I mean, on paper, but then that was like 19 '89, so of course. But he actually went over a bunch of the older parts of Bastard and redid them with computer, like what was it, Windows XP back then, something like that. That was a little awkward, but I'm just. Oh yeah, Hotel de Etchi. That's all. Actually, I think I'm going for spine again. What was I doing? That's just a little. That'll be a little lower down. Like that. Yeah, like that. Is that low enough? There's some hunchback there. And what's the other guy in that there can do that? Some other artists know transitioned from paper to digital, and it was like a big deal. Oh yeah, I think the Kanikaman guys do everything on digital now. Or at least, I don't know, like later parts of Nisei and like all the 2011 or whatever year it was, 2017 Kanikaman look a lot more digital or cleaner, and I assume it's that. No, this is a different tail. Wag, not wag. Tail shape. Maybe the hat too small. There. Let's fix that. Like that, yeah. But yeah, that's it's funny you say that. Yeah, part of that is the fact that they're using new people. Some of it is the fact it's cheaper looking, but it depends. Like if you're good at animation already, you can make it look good regardless. But yeah, that's actually a big problem. It's just that they have a lot of new people. Like that was a problem specifically that Dragon Ball Super had, where I mean, yeah, they were taking shortcuts with digital, but like they were using a bunch of newer animators who they were, that's something they do. I've noticed a lot. I find kind of weird. I get it, but like they train new animators on like these big projects, and I know people will like watch it anyway because it's a big project. But that's the thing they'll do. Yeah, it reminds me. I think Street Fighter 6 had that problem too a little bit, where they had like a newer animation team, people who like just got out of college, and so that's why some of the stuff in that game was a little awkward. But I mean, that's not. A lot of that's just because you're doing motion capture too. But yeah, it's a whole different thing. And again, I'm not saying that because you graduate it means you're going to do a like horrible, terrible job or anything. But it's like a thing I've noticed where some of the people who like are still getting the hang of things. I mean, hey, well, how can I really make fun of that when you see how I animate? But you know what I mean. So yeah, that's a thing where like they have to like train up their new people. And like I said, I think like a lot of veteran animators can do really good jobs with digital anyway. Like, I think Masami Obari does things digital now. Like the KOF 15 opening, what's the other thing he did? He did like if you've ever seen Iron Blood Orphans Gundam, he guest animated for the Brewer's Arc, stuff like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I can tell that's Obari from all the extra movements the character's doing, that kind of stuff. But I actually don't know how much they use digital or paper. I don't know how much they use paper still at Sunrise. Or at least which albums are this whole album. What's that one called? Oh yeah, it's called Rapper Rappist. I wonder what Banana Ice meant by this. Oh, actually, no, I have Rip Slime. I used to play that one on the old streams. I remember those. Yeah, those days. And what's the other thing I remember that was digital? I mean, I guess most anime in general are digital now, but like, I mean, they still use like I said, the paper for like the actual drawing part, but they're still using, but like all the coloring is pretty much always digital now. I can't actually think of the last non-digital anime. I mean, I don't know, probably something from like Ghibli or something, but I have no idea. I have to check. I remember, what was that? There was some American animated film I saw. It was like from 2004 or 5, and it was all done by hand with no computer assistance. I forgot what that was called. And I remember, oh wow, I didn't know. And then for 2004, that was really late for that. But I don't know. Because like in America, that's a whole different thing with the USA animation. Like most of that is done on computers now. Like even just there's not even paper for the sketches. They just do everything with Toon Boom and questions programs like that. Like actually, that's a funny thing. Them Spider Herds was all animated with Toon Boom Harmony, if I recall correctly. So like I don't really use paper for that in that process. But just stuff like that's a funny thing that just showed me too. He showed me this. I don't know. Actually, I think it was actually real. He showed me something he saw on Twitter where they were saying that like most American cartoons they just like use the 3/4 angle because like that's the fastest one to draw. And he had like what was it, 7 random shots from just different shows, and I was like, oh, is that real? That might have been cherry picked. I don't know. That probably wasn't real. But I don't know. I can't remember the last time I watched TV to even check something like that. Like I watched, what was it? I watched like, what's that cartoon, Gumball, with my cousin like 8 years ago. She was 4. I don't remember the last time I actually watched TV. Or anything new anyway. Is that? That's a pretty far jump there. 1, 2. Oh, actually, okay, 1, 2. Let me check that. Did I do that order? Yeah, I did. We did that order. Yeah. Okay, so. Oops, actually, let's put it that way. Okay, let's see. So, standing, go down, and you crouch. It's kind of a far jump, but that's good enough for now. Though I will clean it up a little bit, just to say I cleaned it. In fact, I don't need to clean it. Yeah, I'll clean it. Yeah, I'll clean that, sure. I think Rip Slide actually came back recently. Remember there was like a huge controversy. It was like one of the members did something bad. I think he like cheated on his wife or something. I forgot exactly what it was. But apparently they're over that now, or so they're bringing that band back. That's something I saw recently. I remember I first saw them because they did like the Super Shooter for Gantz in like 2004. And I was like, oh yeah, I like this song. And I found out they did the theme song for SpongeBob, even in Japan, or like the ending song, SpongeBob, Boku no that, yeah, that was them. But some other thing they did too, I remember that was cool. They did like well, no, they didn't do that, but like Tight Kubo said that like Combs' theme would be a Rip Slime song. And I was like, oh, okay, I see. Something like that. What was some other thing they did? I could have sworn there was some other show they were on, I don't remember. I remember I was talking to Corby about that one day, funny enough, where I said, oh yeah, one of the guys in the band, his father was Japanese and his mother was Finnish. And you know all about Finland because you lived there, right? And he was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, and his name, they call him Ilmari. He's like, Ilmari? That's like a Finnish word. I was like, it is? What does it mean? Like, I don't know. I think it was like a place or something. Something he said like that. Where I was like, oh, I thought it was just like a word and you could just translate it. I guess not. Wait a minute. I think my cleanup actually looks dirtier than the actual drawing. Is that it? No, okay. Yeah, that was crooked. Oh boy. Just gotta put that there. Yeah, I actually, the thing is, like, my plan right now is I'm going to finish up Gretel. Then I'll have 3 characters done. Then I'll just polish up the demo because, like, I don't have a UI or any of that in the actual game yet. So I'm like, oh, wait. You don't know when you're about to get knocked out. You don't know when you're going to get stunned. You don't know when Gwendolyn is drunk or sober. So I have to actually add those in, and I'll polish those up before I do anything else. Because, like, I really want to make Suzette work in the system, but I think that might actually be too complicated for 2DFM, or at least at my skill level. But I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do that at some point, so I might do that later. Let me check this dude.
Yeah, that's just that frame. Yeah, let's put that there. Wait, no. Then the folder. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the UI is really important because, like, it's something I kind of took for granted until I started doing this. I was like, oh, wait, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff missing. What am I doing here? Or something like that. But, yeah, so I have that now. So that's the crouch frames. Drop that down. I remember for a while I was thinking, oh, I don't have a stun bar. I'll just have people feel it out. Or no, I remember it was I have guard crush and I have stun. And I said, okay, I'll have the guard crush bar with no stun bar. Then I realized, oh wait, that's actually a lot harder to figure out or for people to tell what's going on. So I said, oh yeah, I probably should have like some kind of stun indicator because I was gonna have it just be like a flashing portrait like Guilty Gear plus R, or like I guess KO15 has that too. I don't think 13 has flashing portrait. But I figured, oh wait, it's actually probably easier to just calculate stun or by having a stun bar. So I had to like think about some of that stuff. With guard crush, I probably can just have like a yellow aura around the bar itself, around the character, like Samurai Shodown does. Like I feel like the guard crush you can estimate more on, and that's not as important as having like knowing you're about to get stunned, something like that. But okay, I got crouch done, I got walk done, and I have idle done. So what's next actually on my list? Because I actually have a list. I can let me show you part of the list because like some of this is just like it was like pure gibberish. But I'll show you how it looks when the numbers yeah, my notes like this for how the stuff looks. I'll say here are the animations I need. I need to have idle, walk, step, dash, crouch. The taunt, which is actually important because that's how she gets back some of her stuff. Then I have, oh, thank you. What is it? Spot dodge. Because, yeah, the characters of a DP, they have like a role, like a KOF character. But the characters who don't have a DP, they have a spot dodge instead, like a, I guess, yeah, like a Grand Blue character, basically. So it's fully invincible to strikes, but it can be thrown, that kind of stuff. Just to give them something to avoid getting hit or like blown up in every situation. I mean, they can still get thrown, but you know, it's better than nothing. And I mean, I guess they still have like guard cancel, but just another option. But the downside to the spot dodge is that if it misses, or if the person is going to do it, then they can just punish it with a dire critical, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's spot dodge, guarding, blocking, jumping, stuff like that. Because some moves are like. These are all things you have to have, like the hit animations. Like, if you don't have like a hit animation, then well, nothing comes up. Obviously, I guess, but have just play the idle again. But no, that's like all the stuff I have to like set up first, and then the fluff stuff, which you don't really need, like the intro and the victory. But I'm saving that for way later. And then things like the actual attacks. You know, she's gonna have a lot of reasons to attack because she just does magic. So it's like, okay, she waves her magic wand, but then a different effect comes out. Like this causes thunder, this causes fire, and like yeah, so. I'm like, oh yeah, do it like this. Like, for example, like on her FB, her far B attack, she like swings her wand. I'm like, oh yeah, make it look like Faust when he swings his bat. Well, not exactly like that, obviously, but you know, I don't think she would move her legs as much as my Faust, but just things like that. Or like the snowman thing. Her 60 is her overhead. And I said, okay, yeah, she throws an ice ball at you like Kula. Probably actually wouldn't be like that same stance, but just you know, general idea and that kind of stuff. But then some are just things like. She pokes the staff, she hits you the bottom of the staff, things like that. And yeah, a lot of these are just reused things. So yeah, I have to go through this whole list. I did that for Gwen and Winifred. And it took like 9 days for Gwen. Now Winifred was long just because I didn't know the process that well yet, but because I know the process now, it's not nearly as, it doesn't take nearly as long. Which, that's another thing I did. I had to formulate things like what some of her moves do, because some of the Gretel moves were like redundant, and I figured, oh wait, why do I have it this way? What am I doing? But now I have them the way they're supposed to be. Where I was like, oh, she needs like a move that moves her forward, and that's how I came up with. I'm gonna butcher this. Sternschnuppe. My German is not that good, but I do look that up.
some of these are easier than others. Gibbon, Scotty, Thor. Yeah, so just things like that, where like one's a trap where it sets you up with ice, or another thing sets the field on fire. I gave her the full screen projectile, but it's like really slow, so if the opponent knows it's coming, they can just hit her out of it, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I had to come up with a lot of these different moves. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like most of her, the one thing will look the same, but yeah, the spell will look different. Like you see, the big ice ball come out, or like the huge strike of thunder, which that's just like Pikachu in Smash, I guess. But you know that kind of stuff, or how the moves are supposed to work. I'm like, oh yeah, this simple combo ABC into Oki, that kind of stuff. So I came up with all of that before I got to the actual working on this part. Which is actually why I announced this like an hour before I actually came up. And I was like, oh yeah, I actually should be doing these frames, but I was like, wait, what are the frames actually supposed to be though? That kind of thing. Or oh yeah, the other thing I had to come up with like her frame data, where I was like, oh yeah, how do I make this actually look good, or what do these moves do? Which actually I don't need to do all that yet. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but I was like, oh yeah, here's the data for all of her attacks. I'm like, okay, she has like a slow start up on her punch or something, but I mean that only took like 20 minutes to punch most of that in, but just stuff like that. Just notes to myself. I'm like, okay, does that? But actually, no, there's not. Some of these are I need to update. I see things like cross up, but she doesn't have a cross up like that, so I need to change that later. But you get the idea. Just things like that. Just a bunch of planning still to get how it's supposed to be. Probably one more, but actually it's almost 2 o'clock. I probably should be sleeping. I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, mage characters, yeah, they can be kind of... Now you mention it, there's not really a mage character I think I really like that off the top of my head. Like I said, I like the idea of some of them. Like, I think, oh, Rhiannon's cool in theory, but I couldn't actually imagine playing a character like this. Or I like watching Nine, but I hate fighting Nine. But I hate fighting Nine? I don't know, she's not that bad. But yeah, Nine Phantom. What's the other one? There's another one. Oh no, I like Mara from Dark Awake. He's actually really cool because he can just do all these different high lows and stuff like that. But I imagine fighting against him would be annoying. And there's something like that in some other character number 2. I know people with Guilty Gear, they have the guy Asuka, but I don't really know much about him other than, oh yeah, he's got like mixed layer spells and stuff, which is kind of like 9, I think, but I don't know, stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, let me do one more, then I gotta go. I'm not super tired, but I have to do other stuff after this still. I have like, what was it? What's the next on the list actually? Spot dodge, guard. Guard's just one frame. I can do a guard frame. Actually, how would that look? I'm trying to think how guarding. I don't know about guard. I'll think of that later. Actually, I'll save that for later. No, you know what? Yeah. For now, I think I'm gonna do the. No, that would be good. Jumping frame? No, I don't want to do jump either yet. Crouch, step dash, guard, jump. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Jump. You just do the jump squat, which I already did for the stand crouch thing. So I just need to draw like one frame of her jumping in the air. Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad. I can just do a jumping frame. After that, I'm not sure what I'll do next. But yeah, jump. I'll just work on jump next. Sure, why not? Which, how's that look? I'm trying to think what we're jumping like. I don't think I want her like riding on the broom or anything. That's too silly. She does have that for one move though, but not for that. But it's like she's in the air and she's doing something. Because she has like one move with her. Does she move in the air with her tail? I'll check the list and see if I said she does or not. Because some things are just based off of what makes it easier to communicate that move. No, just lightning blast. And no. She can be forward facing for that one. There's no big problem with that. No, that's not right. Let's think. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I know how she looks when she's standing now. Like I said, this probably sounds insane, but like, I'm miming these actions in my head. I'm like, if I were a squirrel mage woman, well, how would I be jumping? And then Like I remember when Gretel, when I kept breaking my neck by accident. I kept thinking like, oh yeah, she's left-handed. But like I said, the left-handed thing messed me up. Where I was like, oh yeah, this character's left-handed, but I'm right-handed. So I'd imagine how would she carry her axe versus how I would carry the axe, and I had to like my own. And this feels really awkward. But I'm like, oh yeah, that's because I'm not left-handed. But it's just things like that. But no, I think I figured out what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I'm just gonna wing that. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? That. Okay. She's a little more straight up. No, she's probably more straight up for that. More straight. Okay, let me stop. This is the last. Okay, for real, I'll stop erasing through this. Yes. Now with Winifred, I think I use more references of just other characters. So I'm like, oh yeah, Link stabs a sword like this. Oh yeah, Sandra stabs her sword like this. Like actually, yeah, I pretty much just. I didn't even change that one that much, honestly. That was kind of lazy of me. When I did like Winifred's 6A, that's just straight up a Sandra move from Dark Awake. And I was like, oh yeah, ooh, yeah, that's just a little too cool. I better fix that up and change it to something else later before I get sued by Eolith. Well, they're not even around anymore. But either way, it's in poor taste. You know what I mean? Not good. I wonder what those guys do now, actually, because like I remember. You know, Eolith went down like 20 years ago. I'm sure at least some of them probably work in games still somewhere, I imagine. But I have no idea what they do. But yeah, it's just demo beta stuff, so it doesn't really matter that much. I think that's how a lot of the guys who make these Dojin games do that anyway. I think, well, yeah, that might not be true. But I think I could probably a fair amount of them, like, just borrow frames from other games. But they do it in the final game too, though, which I don't really want to do. It depends, though. So not all of them do it, obviously. But that's the thing, like learning how to animate. A lot of that is just not copying, but yeah, seeing how other people have done things. Like whenever I look at a lot of these guys who are pro animators, they'll say things like, "Oh yeah, I watched this movie and copied a sequence from that." It's like that one thing from Naruto, where they just got that sequence from like that Jackie Chan movie and did it with Naruto and Neji. I forgot what movie they actually got that from though, and that was in Cowboy Bebop too. They did that exact same sequence. They must all really like that one movie, which I can't really remember now. I'll check later. But yeah, they a lot of these people just iterate and borrow from each other a lot. Depends, obviously, but you know. I know there was like some big controversy a few years back because there was like this Middle Eastern animation project, and they borrowed a bunch of stuff from some other thing, or was it? Yeah, it was like a PlayStation thing. I think I don't remember, but it was like they just copy these frames from this Trigger anime, they copy this from this Gainax anime, and like they were upset because they said it looked too similar. But I was like, oh, I guess I get it. But like they do a lot with animation, but I guess some people are better at not getting caught. I don't know. You know, it's funny you say that. Yeah, in China they do a little bit of that as well. I remember there was this Chinese anime. Sure, I don't know what they actually call it over there. I know what manga they said manhua, but they had like this Chinese thing that was called like Astro Plan, and it looked really similar to Gundam 00, to the point where I was like, oh yeah, this is a lot like Gundam 00. But and no one got in trouble, obviously, or sometimes they don't get in any trouble at all, and it just works out well. Like I remember one time they had, what was that show? That game. Oh yeah, Xuan Dao Ji Wang. Sorry, my Chinese is not very good. Dazzling King of Fighters. It was like a 2D fighting game, and it was really similar to KO 13. But like, what's it called? It borrowed a lot from SNK games, but SNK saw it and liked it anyway, and they let them put Terry and Benny Martyr in it, and nothing bad happened. I mean, of course, they just gave him permission. And they had like a Kung Fu Panda character too, because that movie was like a big deal in China. Well, big deal around the world, I guess. But yeah, then they had that in there. And they had a guy who looked a lot like I think an Ash-looking guy. I can't remember now. It's been so long. I think you can still get it, maybe, but I haven't seen it. I heard anything about it in forever, so I don't know if it's actually still available. But okay, yeah, that's sure. That's the jump frame. Why not? Let me actually write it as that. Yeah, I gotta hide some of these because some of these are not being used. It goes over there. Rename this to jump. I'll show you how it looks. Because I remember I remember people on the FGG like that game when it came out, but that was like 10 years ago. I don't know if they do anything with it anymore. I don't know how successful it was. It had microtransactions, I think, because I think it wasn't mobile, but it was on like QQ, like the Chinese site. I can look it up, though. It's been so long, I don't remember anything about it other than, oh yeah, that exists. Okay, I'll show you how. I'm just going to do a mock-up and show you how the crouch thing looks. Because I put that there, and here's how it would look when you put it all together. It would look like, okay, first you're standing. Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, this is going to be very awkward looking when I put this all together, but okay, yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, so first you're standing. What was that standing? Oh my goodness, what did I do here? And that's first stand, yeah. First you're standing. Then after you stand, you crouch down a little bit, and then you jump like that. It's like I didn't notice that until I started looking carefully at it, but a lot of games do that where you get like half a second of jump squat, and then you go into the air, and you just do attacks from there. But yeah, so I think that's all I'll do for now. But in general, that's how I do things, where I'll draw the frames out, the required things. Well, yeah, to make it more lively. And I guess also because you bend your knees when you jump, so I guess they said, oh, just play the crouch again instead of the end or even new one. I mean, some games do the new one, like 3D games do that. Like I think Street Fighter does that. But anyway, what I was saying was what I do is I do all the required frames first. I do like the jump, the walk, the getting hit, getting knocked down, standing back up after you got knocked down, hard knockdown, soft knockdown. Which in this game, HKD is on your back and SKD is on your front. Where it's like, oh, you can push up because you have your hands, but if you're on the ground, you can't really get up that easily. So I do all those, then I go to the attacks, like JC, JA, whatever. So, yeah, now that I got that down, that's enough for now, I think. Like, I'm not super tired, but I gotta do some more stuff. I think that's, I'll think about that. But, anyway, it's been kind of a long night. Not long night. I've only been doing this for like an hour and a half. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for showing up. Alright, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Guys, people, humans. Humans? Or just, yeah.